Oh, yeah, we are back and we are live. Let's go.
Yeah, it's that time again, baby. Your favorite day of the week is Monday. Visionary Value with FW Mike and T-Qron. Let's go.
Heck yeah, we are doing it live. How you feeling today, sir? How you feeling?
Oh man, I feel incredible, and I love being able to say that because it's been an incredible week. That's how I feel, bro. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good too, man. It has been an incredible week. Far as rebounds in the market, it's a good thing.
Yeah,
It's a good thing. And it's
yeah.
funny because you start to look at it differently when you're like, dang, dog, there's so much I could have bought or I wish I should have bought, instead of, oh, the market's crashing, the sky's falling. You're like, ooh, I knew it was on sale. I just couldn't get enough. It's like everywhere you look, it's like, do I buy tech stocks? Do I, you know what I mean? Do I buy more crypto? For me, crypto
Hmm.
clearly is what I feel the best about long term and even short term. I like the overall with it. So
Yeah, absolutely. And
and
that's
small amounts. So but yeah,
And isn't it
you
crazy that these two people were talking about buying in the dip on this Visionary Value show? This rapper and the comedian telling me how to build wealth and make money while things are down.
you made money in the precious metals market again this week. You were telling me?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Hashtag humble
yeah, yeah.
brag, and I mean, what?
Hey, that's
How did you
we
tell me?
gotta we gotta we gotta report the wins and the losses. You get what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. So you
So
you
yeah,
won this week.
yeah.
Talk to me about it. What happened?
Gold and silver. I've been buying gold and silver since the crash a couple weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Stacking it. I took profit on GDXU, which is a gold indexed leverage three times ETFs. Again, none of this is financial advice on any of these shows. We're not financial advisors. This is just what I'm doing. This is just what Mike's doing. These leverage plays give you magnified returns, but also magnified losses. So, in other words, if the GDXU index, the gold index, goes up 5%, this particular ETF goes up 15%. With the same token, if it goes down 5%, it goes down 15%. So
Mhm.
you gotta have those big cojones to be able to play things like that. It's been paying off. I took profit. It was like a 40% profit on my first cash out, and I let the rest ride. And right now, I'm still up about 60% overall on that position. Apparently, we'll see what this next week brings. Also, I'm holding the AGQ, which is a leverage ETF, silver leverage ETF, two times the action. So in this case, if it goes up by 5%, uh, then this particular ETF goes up by 10%. Same token, if it goes down by 5%, it goes down by 10%. Magnified gains and losses. That one, I'm profiting not as much as GDXU. My gold holdings are more right now. So yeah, man, there's ways to make money even when things are crashing. Don't let them fool you.
Well, and yeah, and what that would tell me also is that things aren't necessarily crashing, right? It just means that the market is doing what the market do. If the market
Hmm.
never dipped, you would never have opportunity. That's so important to remember. You
Yep.
literally, if it always only went up, one, it wouldn't be the market, and
Right.
in addition to that, not only would it, not be the market, but guys like us who have the opportunity to get in and build those long-term values and also get in with small amounts, a couple $100 here, a couple $100 there to get in and learn
Yep.
how it works. You wouldn't have those opportunities if everything just went to the moon all the time.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
like the people we respect said, like we were trying to tell everyone, all you're doing it. And I love your post when you're like, man, people are tripping on a sale. When do people? In fact, we had to do the thing. We had to do the. I cut the clip because you said it on the show, and I had to make it a clip. You were like, "Why you do? You walk into any store and the things you love are half price. Why wouldn't you buy them?" And it's like they're already coming up. We got a lot going on with that. And a lot of people don't understand. We're gonna jump into it because we got so much to cover today. But I wanted to start with this because, man, this was like we different cats. We live in different parts of the world. One of my favorite things to tell people when it comes to arguments and disagreements and things is viewpoint is key. So it's like I do the best show about finance and being a visionary in all of life on the internet on Monday nights. It's crazy. I'm very lucky. Let's go.
It's true. It's true.
But
The rumors are all true.
And I was like, but I
No
got
conspiracy theory there.
No, not at all. No, but I got a homie in Hawaii. Now, we do a show together. We did a show together in the winter when I had 2, 3, 5 inches of snow outside of my front door. He was in Hawaii when it was 85 degrees. Now, we could have sat there and argued and fought and told each other how stupid we both were because I have proof and I can show you proof and I'm going to post proof on the internet. It's snowing outside. And he has proof. It's 85 and sunny outside. And he's going to post his proof on the internet. Neither one of us are wrong. We are just coming from different viewpoints, different places. And the world is bigger than just what I can see. You know what I mean? I don't need to fight with you. I need to learn from you. I need to be like, oh, word? What's that like? What's that ocean like? There's no ocean near me. You know what I mean? It'd be like, oh, cool, snow. I know you've seen snow, but if you hadn't, you know what I mean? And you're on an island and you were like, oh, word, snow. So it's like, gets really cold and cold rain freezes and falls and y'all like make it balls and throw it at each other. It's like, yeah. Instead of fighting over screw you, you're wrong, you're crazy. When you're not at all, we're just in different places. And I love using that as an example, man. We're just in different places. And that's why you need to be a visionary, to reach out and to learn and to communicate. So, yeah, man.
Yep. Exactly, man. There's no point in, arguing all the time. It raises cortisol levels, and laugh a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Take things a little more, just stop taking yourself too seriously. I had to do that. I had to learn that.
Not only that, but like enrich yourself, man. I mean, you're an artist. One of the reasons your rhymes are so dope is because you have so much to pull from, because you've lived such a life. Like you're like, I grew up on one block with the same 12 people. You know what I mean? And my whole window to the world was my little phone or my TV. That's okay. But if it's somebody like you who's traveled and met every different kind of people, you know what I mean? Had tons of different kinds of experiences. Then when you drop rhymes, it's like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like there is so much there. The arsenal is bigger, So with that in mind, we're going to pull this right now up. You know what I mean? Like how I'm stalling to pull it up. Wow. You can put me on a chorus. His name is T-Qron. Yeah. Wow. No. Okay. That's
hilarious.
No.
Hey, nobody ever accused you of being a dope lyricist or anything, but you did drop a crazy freestyle that one time. I think it was something about the orange guy. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, I was
related to that. Yeah, it was Man, that was good. That was good.
I'm mad when I bring back the Wigga hip hop days. I was just you know how it is. It's all good now. You know how it is, man. When you stop and go, well, if you're mad that Stone Cold came out and Stone Cold stunned The Rock when they were supposed to be working together, who's the mark? And you have to be honest sometimes.
Speaking of Mark, NWO Wolfpack, baby.
Yeah. Don't
too sweet.
Yeah.
Word to Kevin Nash and Hall. Rest in peace, Hall. Scott
Hall. I know, man.
Scott Hall and
Homeboy. Odele Vato.
Conan,
yeah, man. Rest in peace, Conan.
Salute to Conan.
Yeah.
No, Conan is still alive.
Oh, he is. My bad. I didn't realize.
Yeah, Conan is still alive. He does a podcast with Disco Inferno from Disco's in Las Vegas. Yeah.
Now I have to see. Listen, I bet that sounds fun. That sounds legit fun.
Yeah. No, it's called K100. Check it out on YouTube. Yep.
And not for nothing, but Disco was a sleeper in the video game. In the original PlayStation 1 WWF Legends Superstars video game, Disco, WCW video game. Disco Inferno was a sleeper. If you remember, like he wasn't supposed to be all that good, but he actually was a really good character. Man, you get that retro game, get you some Disco Inferno action. Speaking of
Disco's
entertaining and speaking of action, look at the screen, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen. Let me bring
who
your
this guy?
attention to this. We usually shout out
Who
at
this
the
guy?
end of the shows, but man, I'm just
Uh-huh.
so proud of the homie.
Oh,
You
that's
know what
me.
I mean? Yeah, I want to give him
That's
up.
me.
Congratulations. Well done.
You know what I mean? I think he's
Amazing. Incredible.
I know he's,
Outstanding.
and everybody's going to know
Amazing.
he is. All right, so anyway, we got to shout out our very own T-Qron, Visionary Values' very own T-Qron, has breaking news. He dropped yesterday. If you follow, as we tell you to do every show, but if you don't, you got to now. Just one more reason. T-Qron has dropped officially. He's joined the legendary Rhyme Syndicate. As you know, founded by the icon Ice-T, beloved actor, writer, producer, rapper, you name it.
Salute
In the
to the
industry,
OG.
he's done it. Yeah, man. And this is more of a moment. It's full circle alignment with a legacy that helped shape the culture. I'll leave it there, and I just wanted to drop this. Wanted to give you your props. We love you. We got to give you the patented PT pod. Pew, pew, pews. As you know, you got to give it.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. First and foremost, it's an honor. I'm humbled to be part of such a legendary crew and legacy founded in 1990 by Ice-T. They have helped spawn so many major careers. Hip hop wouldn't be what it is today without visionaries like them, right? Shout out to my big bro Polymac for everything, for bringing me in, for believing in me, and we have a line to make some things happen. And while I can't say too much, as I did mention in that post, I will be making an appearance on the next upcoming Rhyme Syndicate album. Once again, salute to the OG Ice-T, baby. Let's go! Ric Flair. Woo! That's how we do.
Now I need that drop.
That's how
You
we
know
do.
what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's so
Big
cool,
things,
man.
big things. Yeah.
See,
I'm still
trying to
soaking it
pull-
all in, bro. I'm still soaking it all in.
There
God
it
is good. God is good.
Boom. So this is the official Rhyme Syndicate post. We pulled up your IG because, I follow you. This is the official post right here. New member. This is legit and official. Terrace T-Qron is a versatile MC with a deep cadence and wordplay known as T-Qron, pronounced T-Qron. His story is real and authentic. What we love most about hip-hop music is that it takes us to a place where we have never visited. T-Qron makes Hawaii his home and Las Vegas his syndicate family, and Visionary Value his podcast he brings to you weekly. So proud of our brother.
Baby.
Welcome him in. Guys, go by, stop by, give it a like, give it a love. Hit that love
Yes,
button
sir.
and make sure you share it as well. Man, I'm just so happy. And with that in mind, dude, I'm bringing this up
Let's
right now. This is just a
go.
quick one. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
This is an encouragement because anybody who knows you, anybody who follows you knows that your road hasn't not always been easy. And it's even to this point as we speak right now, got its fair share of bumps. I think you'll be the first to say that.
Yeah, amen. Amen.
I mean, I know you hate it when you wake up and have to tell your servant that your eggs weren't, scrambled light and fluffy enough, and tell your masseuse they're not hitting the knot enough. I get it, bro. It's tiring being you. I get it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you get on the private jet and the bar isn't quite ready yet.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Taxi
And these are all manifestations in real time. This will all transpire by the year 2027. So 2028. I'll give myself 2 years. 2 years. 2 more years. Let's go.
But the success you're realizing is not because your road has been easy, but because you made the right decisions when your road was tough. And I'm honored to be your friend. And everybody who watches
Thanks, man.
this show is in a really lucky seat, front row, to watch you be one of the realest dudes who shows us, while talent is important, it ain't everything. And you got to have the right mindset, the right belief. You're going to go through things, but if you stay wise, you stay focused, you stay positive, you stay disciplined, and you remember who you are with what you have, the sky's the limit. So I saw this. It reminded me of you and our brothers out there. It ain't easy being a visionary, y'all. Let's check this one out.
Let's get right into it. Number 6, the Cassandra paradox. There's a figure from Greek mythology named Cassandra who could see the future perfectly. Every prediction accurate, every warning real, and absolutely nobody listened to her. Apollo cursed her so that despite always being right, she'd never be believed. Here's the fun part. You don't need a Greek god to do that to you. If you're genuinely ahead of the curve intellectually, society will do it for free. Psychologists call this the Cassandra effect, and it shows up everywhere from workplaces to dinner tables. When someone consistently sees patterns others can't, predicts outcomes before they happen, or connects dots that seem invisible to the room, people don't think, wow, what insight. They think, wow, what an insufferable person. The brain is a pattern matching machine.
That is key. They don't value the insight.
He's crazy.
Insufferable person. The brain is a pattern matching machine wired for social harmony first and truth second.
So this is what I think the difference is, and I want to study this more. Our brains are wired for truth and goal accomplishment more than social harmony. And we deal with everyone whose social harmony is their thing, and that's cool. But our brains are wired differently. We would rather accomplish goals. We would rather build relationships through shared vision and tasks. And there are people there who like, my vision doesn't matter. Accomplishing a goal doesn't matter. The truth doesn't matter. Fitting in to this social acceptance circle matters.
Right.
And that's why we don't always groove with everyone. And I think when we see that, it becomes easier to deal with those that we're just different from. Does that make sense?
The Cassandra effect. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. It's pretty deep.
Well, I mean, and that's what we do here. Visionary value. You know, we recognize patterns and value and connect dots.
Predicts outcomes before they happen, or connects dots that seem invisible to the room. People don't think, wow, what insight. They think, wow, what an insufferable person. The brain is a pattern matching machine wired for social harmony first and truth second. When someone disrupts the group's shared understanding of reality, the group doesn't update its understanding. It updates its opinion of that person.
We can all be smarter or hate the guy telling us we're wrong. What's our choice?
Hate the man. Hate the man. It's just so easy for society to lean towards that versus actually expanding their understanding, opening their mind a little bit, allowing someone else to show them a better way. It's sad.
Update its understanding. It updates its opinion of that person. Highly intelligent individuals often get labeled as anxious, paranoid, arrogant, or difficult, not because they're wrong, but because they're early. And early in social terms just means weird right now.
Early in social terms just means weird right now. Wow.
Oh, bro. I've been quote unquote weird my whole life. And guess
because
what?
You've been
This weird
early.
Guy, yeah, and this weirdo just kind of got associated with the IC camp, and now they made me part of the rhyme syndicate. You know what I mean? Just keep working. I don't care what anybody says. Bro, let me tell you, back in the day, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know that it would amount to anything. I've had many levels of success, but I've had many more failures in life, right? But I just kept pushing. I just kept doing whatever God put on my heart. I don't feel I'm worthy of any of this. But you know who does? The man upstairs.
Amen.
God feels I'm worthy. And the point I'm trying to make is, it doesn't matter what people think about you. It's about what you think about you and what the man upstairs thinks about you. Okay? Every one of us are put here for a purpose, whether you know that purpose, understand that purpose, or want to even fulfill that purpose. You have a purpose. Go out and find it. Push for it. Let them call you whatever they want to call you, because at the end of the day, they're going to call you a weirdo while they're sitting in the audience watching you. Do your thing. getting paid to do your thing, getting paid to be you, getting paid to be a talented mother. You dig? Shout out to our sister show. Let's go.
Let's go.
That's, I
And
mean,
shout out to the
whatever,
feed.
bro.
Shout out to Lisa. Shout out to the whole team. Man, we can't do it without the whole team. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
we
Yeah,
got
exactly. Shout out to Lisa.
this. Let's see here.
Hey,
Cassandra.
Tragedy isn't.
They
that
may have
Cassandra-
labeled me a weirdo, but guess what? I'm still here, though.
Collecting
You dig?
fat dollars and much dough. Let's go. I
Yeah,
love
man.
it. Yeah. So let's check this out. Why society rejects the truly intelligent. We'll go back to because our brains are wired for social harmony, which means you have to accept, promote, and wear the lowest common denominator of the group on your chest to get acceptance. And the more, okay, so for instance, right? How do I explain? Okay, so for instance, okay, say we're all at a protest, right? We're all protesting something, right? Well, it becomes who is the loudest protester, but then who is the, who's the one who talks the most shit to the cops? Who is the one who puts
Right.
themselves in the most danger, being the most violent, being the loudest, the lowest common denominator against whatever we're standing against? That is the person who gets uplifted the most, okay? In that
Who's got
harmony
the most emojis on their sign?
Exactly. So it becomes an escalating thing, a race to the bottom, as they say. Because when you sit back and you value truth and accomplishing tasks, appealing to the lowest common denominator of the social harmony structure is not the way it gets done. So, yeah, anyway, yeah, man, we're going to finish this one.
The brain is a pattern matching machine wired for social harmony first and truth second. When someone disrupts the group's shared understanding of reality, the group doesn't update its understanding. It updates its opinion of that person. Highly intelligent individuals often get labeled as anxious, paranoid, arrogant, or difficult, not because they're wrong, but because they're early. And early in social terms just means weird.
Bitcoin? Think about, you dummy, you're going to spend $100 on a Bitcoin? On fake digital money? What's wrong with you?
Yep. Exactly.
You're going to spend $1,000 on 10 fake internet dollars? What? Yeah, watch what those 10 internet fake dollars I spent $1,000 on. Yeah.
Just means weird right now. The tragedy isn't that Cassandra was cursed. It's that the curse is just a metaphor for a very real cognitive bias baked into human tribal psychology. Basically, your social group would rather be comfortably wrong together than awkwardly right with one outlier.
Yeah, man. Basically, your
Absolutely.
social group would rather be comfortably wrong together than awkwardly right with one outlier.
Yep. Pretty deep, man. Good stuff.
We are the Visionaries. Let's go.
It makes you, stuff like that kind of makes you not only aware, but gives you an understanding as you look back on your life and be like, huh, yeah, that's really what it was. And it's all cool. It's all good. It's all good. Like what's crazy is, take for instance, when I was on tour in 2017 with the Alcoholics. Shout out to J Rowe, Tash, and E Swift for taking me on the road with them for a month all over the West Coast. I was honored to open up every single show with them. What I was doing on that tour run was literally blogging and vlogging every move that I made, from the moment I woke up to the moment we went to like sound check and everything in between, to the actual performances. After the show, I was taking footage of the Alcoholics performing, the crowd, everything, right? Fans rocking my hat, my gear. And at that time, people kind of looked at me a little weird. Some of the people on tour were looking at me a little weird. They're like, what is this guy doing? They didn't quite understand. I actually had my boy MC, Masters of Ceremony, aka Willie Maestro. What up, my G? He was on tour, and I think a month ago, he told me, bro, you know that shit that you was doing on tour? You were early with it, because now they're doing all that shit. Now they're documenting everything that they're doing.
Now
And
they
we
pay
looked at
people
you a
like
little
me
different.
good money to do it for them.
Yeah,
Legit.
there you go.
Yeah.
And that was in 2017. That was 9 years ago. There you go. And that was very vindicating. That was very validating to me. I already knew what I was doing. It was getting me a lot of traction, a lot of attention. And yeah, man, sometimes being early is uncomfortable and you get labeled a certain way. People's opinions of you change. It's okay. As long as your opinion of you hasn't changed. That's all that matters.
Man, when you get to that beautiful point where, like, you know you're going to be wrong. You know you're going to be right. But you ultimately know it really doesn't matter. What you're going to be judged on is not how many times you necessarily made the right decision or wrong decision when it came to stocks or wars or internet or whatever the case. What's really going to matter is what you left people with. And if they know, man,
Yeah,
hey, man, that guy did not pick the right stocks, but man, he put his heart and soul into it, and he was always there to try to help me, and he was always willing to learn. That is so much more valuable of a human being than somebody who can't a cuddlo, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And that
I love being able to be there for people. You know what I mean? As a artist, as a rapper that's been doing this for like over 20 years. Of course, I took a long hiatus, but now that I've come back for the last year, you have no idea how many people every single day hit me up. Whether it's friends, followers, fans of whatever I've done in the past or present, and they'll just lay their problems on me for whatever reason. And I'm like, what makes them feel that they can do that? First, I question it. I'm like, and then I remember it's the stuff that I talk about. It's the motivation, it's the inspiration, it's the reality that I bring to a lot of what I talk about and what I post, right? It connects with people and it makes them feel like comfortable, and they know that I'm a real person. I don't care if I make $1 million. My team is going to have a hard time pulling me away from my social media and responding to people. I'm telling you right now, it's going to suck because I'm not going to be able to do it more and more as things start to progress. I love my audience. I love my people, man. I love the 30 people a week that hit me up for advice and help, and I'm like a therapist sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I know you are too. I just witnessed it.
Man, I think the important thing is providing that value the way you do. And, you know, it's going to be at a point where, and this is important no matter what else you're doing, you're going to have your own following. And that's not a bad thing. But, you know, between your spiritual inspiration, your physical inspiration, your mental inspiration, the entertainment you put out for us that we love grooving to, you know what I mean? And you know, some of the information we're able to pull up here, like you're going to have those people that are going to be your tight following, you know, and that's going to grow. And you're going to have the, you know, the visionaries that love you, and that's cool. And you're always going to have that. And the people in your life that understand who you are, understand that is, you get strength from them too. You know what I mean? That's a symbiotic relationship, because you get to see in real time helping people. I get to see it. I get to see folks that I know you didn't really talk to, that you now talk to just on Facebook. You know what I mean? And you have great relationships and are inspiring those people. And then they say you're inspiring them. And that helps me in a weird way. I feel good. You know what I mean? Just to be a part of it, just to be the credit card machine that made the exchange. I feel good. So I know that's inspiring to you and keeps you going when you have challenges, right? So yeah, man, not, you know, it's not to get too deep into it. I'm excited for you. We're excited for what you're going to do. We're excited for Vegas. Man, congratulations. Let's go, T-Qron.
And you know what the craziest part is? These are uncharted waters for me, right? I don't know what I'm going to do, how I'm going to make it happen. That's not my problem, though. That's for God to do. Right. What I'm supposed to do is whatever he puts in my heart. I'm just the vessel. I'm just the messenger. You get what I'm saying? My ultimate goal is to reach millions of people and bring hope, inspiration, motivation, and just entertainment to the world. Like, one of these days, bro, I'm gonna have, you know how Kanye West just packed out 70,000 each show? I'm gonna have 50,000, 100,000 people with me, bawling their eyes out, praying,
And Kanye was able
listening
to
to
say,
some of the just singing with me, sing the music with just the words, each word. It's gonna be felt. I'm gonna be on stage and I'm gonna be like, yo, my family, because I don't have kids. You feel me? I don't even have a wife right now. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have nothing. I've lost most of my family. But you know what I have? I have my people that are supporting me. And I want to leave some sort of a legacy. So God willing, I get that opportunity to be that person to millions of people one day. That's all I want before I die.
bro, yeah, man, and it's crazy how we're building our own little semblance of a family. And it's kind of crazy and kind of beautiful in a way, and we're all there for each other. We want to invite you, if you're a visionary, become part of this little visionary family. If you feel rejected, man, if you feel like you understand things and people have not respected that, or if you go, hey, man, I would rather maintain my character, I would rather maintain my truth than just go along with the crowd, and you felt rejected by that, we are here for you. It means that you hold a higher standard and you are committed to something deeper, and that's why we love you here at Visionary Value. You know what we also love? Good information on gold and silver, and that's where we're starting the show 34 minutes in today. Let's go. All right, gold and silver, y'all. Let's go. I thought this would be a fun question to start it out with, right? Because as you know, we're going to go gold and silver, then we're going to go stocks, and we're going to go crypto. It's kind of how we do it. So gold and silver right now, precious metals. Is silver or gold the stronger precious metals ETF right now? Our own young Mr. T-Qron has been just putting dollars in his pocket with these precious metals. He ain't sent me, I ain't mad. He could send me a Loco Moco plate. I don't know, something, but it's okay. I'm over here in Oklahoma watching him get rich and famous. I see you, dog. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, wanted to get your thought. Then we'll cover it. But silver or gold, what do you think is stronger right now?
Remember about 20 minutes ago, we were just talking about the profits that I made was mainly on gold right now. Mm-hmm. I'm up big on gold. Silver is kind of, it's in a range, a little bit of a range. It might break. I'm pretty sure it's going to break out, but gold is what's making me money right now. So I say gold.
Absolutely. And key points: gold carries a much lower expense ratio and is far larger and more liquid than silver. To me, that makes it a better bet. But silver has delivered a much higher 1-year return, but it's also experienced a more severe max drawdown. To me, silver behaves more like crypto, whereas gold behaves more like a blue chip. So silver is concentrated in silver mining stocks, where gold offers direct gold exposure without underlying company risk. And then they're doing their little thing. But I just thought it would be interesting to check it out here. It looks like, to me, gold is the better long and silver might be the better short. So
yeah, me personally, I just, after you going through that, I'm thinking I might cash my whole position out on silver next week. But I don't know because I have a feeling it's about to rise a little bit more. But either which way, I'm in the profit both ways. I'm just not profiting as much from silver versus gold. I'm going to keep my gold position. I might cash a little bit more out. I might trim some, from my holdings, and then just let the rest ride. But silver, I may or may not. I don't know, man. I'm kind of conflicted. But this is part of, like, you have to, like, people that are watching the show have to do that individual, like, this reasoning in their head. They have to play out these scenarios as well. You have to really understand what you're getting into. When you buy an asset, when you buy a stock, when you buy a crypto, when you buy an ETF, you buy at a certain price. You have to have a price target in your head, right? You have to have a plan, an exit plan. When are you getting out? Are you getting out? You know what I mean? All of these things matter. So these are things that the average person needs to think about. You know what I'm saying, when they get into the markets. So right now, I'm not sure, but I kind of have a feeling that silver and gold are going to continue to rise this coming week. What about you?
I agree. And you know, since we got into this, they always go up. I've always believed in them. And for us dumb guys, I think there's one of the best bet. Once again, my whole goal is to get you to lose money. So invest only if you want to lose money, on my advice. If you're looking to lose money in the stock market, and if you make money, you have to give me half anyway. So don't listen to me. But to me, the precious metals market for dumb guys like me is always a great long-term bet. You're not going to get, well, and the thing is, before this crazy year, you were going to say, you know, you're not going to get 1,000% jump in a year. That's not how it works, but it's always going to consistently go up. But now you've had your 1,000, now, I'll be a monkey's uncle. So this guy I really like right here. This is basically rethinking the dollar. This is talking about insiders are betting $1,000 on silver. Here's why. Wanted to cover just a couple of minutes of this, not, the whole thing, but he's talking about what they're talking about and where he thinks silver is going. And this would be good for us to check out.
Silver being between $900 and $1,000. Says meanwhile, silver sitting at $70. This means they expect the price to pump 1,300% this year. And then let me give you a little bit more. It says, and this is not just reckless gambling. Let me break it down simply. It says this positioning didn't show up at the highs. It concentrated far out of the money. So we're talking 10 to 15x above the current price. That's the part most people miss. It says retail trades what's in front of them, like the day-to-day markets. When you look at the green and the red, up and down, it says smart money positions for what's coming. Smart money position for what's coming. It says even with silver at $70, open interest is heavily stacked at the 900 to 1,000 range. It says we're talking tens of thousands of contracts clustered at the extreme end. And here's what matters. It says max pain sits way down near 300. It says price is $70, but the biggest position is nearly 15x higher. And so that max pain being 300, and if you look at this chart here, he actually put what that meant. So right around here is max pain, and that's where you have a much smaller amount of options and puts and calls out here, meaning that that's like not significant. But it's after the $300 mark where we start to see things pick up. And then, of course, beyond 500, more activity. And then for some reason, people are anticipating, be it world events, be it systemic crises, be it the credit crises, be it the oil issue, being outright missiles, boots on the ground in Iran, which will, of course, be there by then, and the stuff that comes from that, and or, God forbid, it's one of the things I don't enjoy saying this, don't want to say this, but I have to factor all this in. Once boots touch the ground, officially, shots are fired in the Iranian region from U.S. to Iranian troops. And of course, I did the video saying that, Israeli troops are not going to be there first. And then you're going to have bordering nations deciding to get involved, because Iran is not just going to be fighting the U.S. They're going to make sure they draw in their Islamic buddies on the outskirts, and they're going to start firing missiles to every country around them so that they all take losses. So Iran is not going to go down by themselves. They're going to try to bring everybody down with them, therefore trying to bring everybody in. And what do you think Russia and China is going to do? They're not just going to sit there and watch. So factor all that in between now and the end of this year. That's the extreme of what I can see that would lead to prices like this. But let me give it to you here. And so let me give you a little bit here, and then we'll keep it moving. It says that's not normal. It says that's not hedging. That's not routine positioning. That's a tail risk bet on full repricing of silver. So this particular trader here is talking about a full repricing. So
okay, so I wanted to hit that full repricing part and then go from there, basically get it on that, get your thoughts on that. Now, something he didn't mention that I also think is important is every missile, I think the Pentagon just came out and said they fired over like 20,000 missiles. Then you have, I think Iran said that they fired over 13,000 missiles. And then you have all the Israeli missiles. And even though there's a ceasefire, missiles are still being fired. Missiles require a lot of silver, all of them. We're not making an opinion on any of this. We're talking about what is going on, raw materials for the things being used in the world right now at an increased rate. And I also believe that as much as, maybe there are no, but whatever happens, either way, silver is going to be in demand. And I think there is a potential for it to go up. And I think everybody's betting. I'll be surprised if silver, is under 100 by end of summer still, in my opinion. But that's just my thought.
Okay, well,
I don't know gold enough, other than I know gold is like that, but it seems like gold is much more stable right now. So, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know who that guy is. First time I've seen it. After listening to that, I mean, I don't want anybody to sway my opinion, but I might just hold for next week. I'm more bullish now, knowing that there's a lot of room. But the play that I'm in, it's not meant for long-term holding. I think I'm gonna just cash out and then just go to regular silver ETFs, the non-leveraged stuff, the boring stuff. Even that's exciting if it goes to 15x. Shit. I'm sorry, but yeah. Yeah, let's go. Silver. Let's go. Gold is going. I hope silver keeps climbing. Yeah, man. Whatever. I'll take it. Green. That's all I want to see. But that's not how the market always goes. You're gonna see red days too. Is this Stock Curry? Is that who it is?
Yeah, it's our man Stock Curry, our favorite internet artist. And this guy just dropped a couple days ago 3 stocks to buy right now as the rally starts. As you know, a rally is starting, and he is hitting us with the 3 stocks to buy right now, in his opinion. This whole thing is great. We're going to skip through it a little bit, but I highly recommend you go to the We Profit with Stock Curry channel and check it out. I love that he doesn't do things daily, and sometimes he'll drop 2 in a week. Yeah.
Real quick before we get that clip going, why did the market rally? Let's let our audience know.
The announcement of the ceasefire.
There we go. 2 weeks. There's a ceasefire for 2 weeks.
These are the 3.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Always 2 weeks.
All right.
2 weeks to stop the spread.
Yes. Well,
And that the Strait of Hormuz would be opening. Shortly thereafter, the first ships passed through the Strait of Hormuz, and that caused oil prices to absolutely tank, with Brent crude down 15% at one point, hitting $90 per barrel before going back up a little bit. And with oil prices crashing and the Iran war announcing a ceasefire, that caused a stock market rally, with the Dow Jones up about 2.5%, the NASDAQ up 3%, and the S&P 500 up 2.5% also. Now
boom. So yeah, man, it caused the rally.
That's exactly why I mentioned we got to tell him why. Before I didn't even know what he was going to talk about, but there you go. We're all on the same page, baby. Visionary value. Let's go.
I love it. And, I like my Stock Curry, man. He's a lot like Rob from Digital Asset News. He's going to break a lot of it down for us and let us react to it. You know what I mean? So, and we're moving just a little bit ahead here.
The Strait of Hormuz in response to Israel's attack on Lebanon. Iranian media also said Tehran may withdraw from the ceasefire if Israel continues to attack Lebanon. Luckily, the stock market didn't seem too fazed by Iran's warnings earlier today, and stocks generally maintained their rally throughout the day on Wednesday. That's why I believe that the stock market rally that started on Wednesday is probably going to continue, but do take some caution just in case things do take a turn for the worst. Now, with all that said,
good stuff. You know what I mean? So absolutely.
Same thing I'm saying. Like it feels like it's going to keep going for a little bit, but remember, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks
I
to stop the
didn't.
spread.
I didn't think about that, but you're right. 2 weeks. It's always 2 weeks, isn't it? It's always 2 weeks. So let's see here. He talks about a couple of stocks. There we go. Look at this.
3.5, forward PE ratio of 12.56. Revenue is probably a stock I'd be more interested in shorting than buying. The first stock to really take a serious consideration in is Carnival, ticker CCL. This PE ratio is pretty reasonable at 12.35, forward PE ratio of 12.56. Revenue is pretty decent, up about 6% per quarter, but nothing to really write home about. Carnival just doesn't have the growth that I would like to see in order to invest into the stock, so it's another stock that I'd skip. Next up is Norwegian Cruise Lines, ticker NCLH. This stock has a forward PE ratio of 9.45, which is really good. Unfortunately, the earnings growth has been absolutely dismal, with negative earnings growth for pretty much the entire year. So unfortunately, this is one we're going to have to skip. Next up is Viking Cruise Lines, ticker VIK. Now, the forward PE ratio on this one is a little high at 23, but it's not terrible. And when I took a look at the revenue growth on Viking, I began to understand why the PE ratio is so high. Viking is seeing really good revenue growth at a little over 20% per year. But what really shocked me was Viking's profit growth, up 61% year over year 4 quarters ago, then 160% 3 quarters ago, 32% 2 quarters ago, and a massive 179% year over year increase in profits last quarter. The weekly chart also has really good momentum. This is the stock that just continues to climb higher and higher. So Viking is the first stock that I would seriously consider buying. And again, that ticker is VIK. The next stock to take a look at is Expedia, ticker EXPE. This one has a forward PE ratio of 14.56. Not great, not bad, kind of in the middle. Revenue growth isn't too bad, up 3% 4 quarters ago, 6% 3 quarters ago, 8% 2 quarters ago, and 11% last quarter. Definitely headed in the right direction. But Expedia fails when it comes to their profits.
Yep.
Their profits are generally down for the year, so unfortunately, I'm going to have to pass on Expedia. And one of Expedia's competitors, Trip.com, ticker TCOM, is doing much better with a forward PE ratio of 12.59, a trailing PE ratio of 7.51. And where TCOM really shines is in their profit growth. Over the last 3 quarters, it's been very impressive, up 25%.
Stock is, I'm thinking, I mean, he keeps telling me about this Trip.com stock, dude. And like Viking and Trip.com really seem appealing right now. I really do.
I mean, they might be, not to me. I appreciate the information. I've never invested in airline stocks or cruise lines or anything of that nature, no travel. Maybe I am doing this wrong and I need to have some exposure in that sector, but I'm so tech heavy, so, crypto related heavy. I like my Teslas,
No,
so
I
yeah,
hear you.
cool.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
108%.
Yeah, I hope somebody can get
some value from this one. I hope somebody can get some
Trip.com,
value. and make some
TCOM.
money
I
on
actually covered the stock in more detail in my last
We
video.
covered this last week.
But I'll
too.
reiterate what I said in my last video, that TCOM is definitely one of my top stock picks to buy right now. It is up 4% today. Would have been better if you had bought the last day or two when I first mentioned it. But still,
And now I gotta check out Trip.com stock. And boom, what are we looking at here? Oh, sorry. There we go. Boom. So here it is on the 1 day, it is closing lower. On the 5 day, it's definitely let's see here. Let's just go 1 month. Yeah, man. So it had that drop right there at 48. Now it's back up to, and that was on the 27th of last month. And now it's back up to 51. The high is 51.80. It's currently trading at 51.51. So, yeah, man. He loves the trip.com stock. And over the past year, well, it's fallen. Over the 1 year. And then year to date. So he loves it, though.
That doesn't look like a good stock to me. Look at that ugly chart. Whatever. Everybody's opinion is different. Yeah.
Well, and remember, he's talking about short term. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's talking about buying here and it going up to like here again. You know what I mean? And then selling. So, but yeah, these short termers are tricky. Absolutely. Are absolutely tricky. Let's see here. And then, so that's his trip.com that he loves. And then where did I want to go next? We have Royal Caribbean. We're going to move on from the travel stocks because he gets into, let's see here, American Airlines. And this was
I'm interested in knowing how he went from like Amazon, PayPal, and what was the other one he was talking about, to like all travel on this particular episode. Maybe he's just touching on different sectors. I don't understand his method,
what he's doing is touching on the sectors right now that are most affected by what's going on in the world, right? So
okay, gotcha. Okay.
For instance, oil prices shoot up, all airline and travel and those stocks drop, right?
That makes sense.
But they're extremely sensitive. So if oil coming out of the Strait of Hormuz is exactly what they're depending on,
right,
and that opens up, boom, that stock shoots right back up. You know what I mean? Because you got all those people waiting for that. So
there we go. And that was the method to the madness. There we go. Boom.
Yeah.
That explains it. Okay. Fair enough. That's dope.
Is the best time to buy RCL. Moving time, going all the indicator that now is the best. The first stock I took a look at was Delta Airlines, ticker DAL. Now, this stock is already up 6% today alone, but taking a look at the forward PE ratio, it's 11.4, not too shabby. The earnings growth on Delta Airlines has been absolutely phenomenal, up 500% 4 quarters ago, 62% 3 quarters ago, 10% 2 quarters ago, and 44% last quarter. The weekly chart on Delta Airlines isn't phenomenal, but it is bullish. So I do think the stock will continue to rise in the future. Overall, given their extremely low PE ratio, which shows this is an undervalued stock, combined with a 1% dividend yield, I think Delta Airlines is definitely a great stock if you're looking for a long-term hold. This would not be a stock I would do a short-term trade on, but for a long-term hold, one you want to hold for 4 or 5 years, this is definitely one I'd put at the top of my list. The next stock I took a look at was United Airlines, tickering stocks.
Okay, and just basically he goes over every other airline stock and says they're trash and don't invest in them, is the deal there. So, but definitely for that, there's Delta. And then finally, the last part of this is the travel here. So, yeah, the travel here. I'm going to check that out.
Would probably perform pretty well with oil prices going down. And the largest one traded on the U.S. markets is Matson, ticker MATX. The PE ratios on this are pretty good, around 12.5 to 13. Not great, but not too bad. Sadly, their revenue growth is pretty dismal, showing negative revenue growth over the past 3 quarters. So unfortunately, this just isn't one that I would really buy into. Another shipping stock that a lot of retail investors love to trade is ZIM, Integrated Shipping, ticker ZIM. And the PE ratio on this one is extremely low at 6. Now, there's a little bit of a warning here where the forward PE ratio is expected to be a loss, but I'm going to explain why that is the case in just 1 second here. First, when I took a look at their revenue, I see kind of the same problem we see with the other shipping stocks, where it's negative revenue growth, not something that I like to see. However, despite all the negatives here,
he's about to get into something that we haven't really talked about that I thought was great. Did all that.
There's a reason why I might buy ZIM. and that is their dividend yield. The dividend yield is currently 16%. And in the past, I have seen this dividend yield get above 60%.
Look at the dividend yield here. Bam. Cash dividend, 88 cents per share, 31 per share,
Nice.
6.74, 3.17. A year ago, they were getting
Wow.
$3.17 dividend per share.
Wow.
So $17.22 per share. Good Lord. So cash
and
dividend.
what symbol is that?
Zim
what stock is that?
integrated shipping. It's shipping.
Zim integrated shipping. Okay. Never
Yeah,
heard
it's
of it,
funny,
but
man,
okay.
because he mentioned what was it, Matson? And I was like, I didn't really like coming from this part of the world, it's not that big of a deal. But when you live in Hawaii, Matson is a huge deal. You see those big Matson containers everywhere all the time. Yeah, man.
They are a huge deal because that's what Hawaii relies on as a crutch. They blame them for the astronomical pricing of everything. So yeah.
So
That's
buy
that.
stock in them. That's the only way to, if you know what I mean? If you're hemmed up that way by stocking the company, at least you can profit on one side of the deal, right?
Yeah, you'll hedge your yeah, basically. Yeah.
And that is why ZIM has a loss for their forward PE ratio. They take 100% of the profits and give it back out to their investors. And they have been doing that consistently for years with a consistent cash dividend going all the way back to 2021. So this, if you are a dividend investor, is definitely a stock that I would consider. I have invested in ZIM in the past myself, and it has been a very good stock to me.
Boom. That's all we need to really know
Okay.
about that right there. We love you, Stock Curry.
I might now that play I'm looking into. What's the current price? I'm sorry.
$26. Yeah. Well, let's pull it
Oh.
up.
Oh, that's beautiful. If I'm getting like 80 cents a share, and how often is that a monthly dividend? Yeah.
Quarterly.
Okay, so every okay.
Boom. So they're only down 0.08, and that's on the day. The last 5 days, they've shot up. Last month, they've leveled out. So they dropped, as to be expected, because, shipping. You know what I mean? Year to date. Woo, look at that year to date. That's impressive. They're leveling.
I have to
right
check that
now.
out.
Clearly, right now, they're kind of like, they're going up and they're in the green, but right? So,
because I got a couple of thousand just sitting there ready to deploy. I just don't know where yet or right now. I might just keep buying what I already am buying and just add to my positions, or I might start something new. Might want to look into that one. ZIM. Dividend stocks, people don't understand the value of these dividend stocks. That's how the boomers became rich. Dividend stocks.
Yep.
They literally just produce money. You hold, you buy, you hold, you buy, you hold, and it just produces more shares.
Heck yeah. All right. Now it's time to go to our guy. Boom. Hey, Rob. Digital asset news. Right here. This one is titled The White House Just Leaked Crypto's Future. And he's pulling up the FDIC Genius Act information. Let's jump in and check it out.
FDIC, that's insurance for your bank accounts. If something happens to those banks, there's a run in the bank, there's something that happens, there's a heist or whatever else. Essentially, the insurance is up to $250,000. Now, I think this has always changed. I may have gotten this wrong, but $250,000, somewhere around there. Correct me in the comments, which is great. I like that part as far as like banking. If you have more than that, you got to have multiple banks, but whatever it is what it is. So when I saw this, I'm like, this is great news. The FDIC is going to come out and insure stable coins. That's what I would think, but I was wrong. I also linked this in the description. If you want to go through the 191 pages of this.
No. That's why we're watching you, Rob. We have no desire to do that.
Welcome to. But this is what it all comes down to. As far as FDIC, it says for stable coins in the Genius Act and Clarity Act as it comes through, just know there's going to be 4 big things. One, You got to back all these stuff up. All the stable coins that you issue have to be backed 1-to-1 by treasuries or fiat, dollars, whatever else. It has to be backed up because as this goes through, you're going to be on the hook for it. Banks or whoever else is doing it. It's going to be the oversight is going to be the FDIC. They're going to obviously oversight everything that goes through with as far as issuance of stable coins and for those 1-to-1. And as far as like oversight, it also has to have AML and KYC laws implemented, meaning all the great paperwork and documentation that you have to fill out for your bank is going to actually come through with the stable coins, which I'm like, that's cool because insurance, right? No, there is no FDIC insurance for stable coins. That's on you, whoever issues it. Up a little bit of good news. This is an old one, but I wanted to kind of revisit this. This is SEC Chair Paul Atkins, as he talks about how all U.S. markets will be on chain within 2 years. So if you're here and you think about, well, this is a good long-term investment as far as like for real world assets and for, putting different digital assets or old time stocks onto and digitizing different assets and commodities. This is what we're here for. I think this is going to be a big thing. And this is Scott saying this again. So let's listen to this about 30 seconds or so, just as a reminder. And he says it's going to happen in the next roughly 2 years. That I have here.
It's a new day now, and so we want to embrace this new technology.
And that's great. And you can tell this was actually an old recording because I saw the Bitcoin price was 90,000 and Solana was up around 160. So I'm like, oh, that was a while ago. But it still holds true.
It holds
and as a
true.
reminder.
And now, real fast, what I wanted to do here is the 4-year cycle is still intact. Very important to remember as we go forward with visions and the visionary value of things. We're looking at the crypto cycle, the 4-year cycle, and everybody is calling it that it is still intact. In fact, a couple of personal friends of mine who are investors sent me they're like, bro, might be time to buy because it looks like everything is right on that 4-year for crypto again. So let's check this out real fast before we move on.
And as a reminder, 4-year cycles are still intact. I know that Michael Saylor says it's not intact. I know a lot of people say it's not intact, but guess what? We still hit our all-time high in Q4 of 2025. We are going downhill quickly in 2026. Midterms are scheduled still for November. And usually during that time, we fall even further. And then when we see into 2027, nice little halving in 2028, then we'll see an all-time high. That's the long game. And that's it for today. So look, if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and we talk.
That's the long game. What are your thoughts there, bro?
My thoughts are, how many people are bailing out on Monday once they realize, oh no, I gotta wait till 2030 to make. I mean, that's the reality of it. A lot of people don't have the patience. They want to get rich now. I get it. And then there's those people that go, oh, I'll have X amount of dollars when I'm like 60. Like, you'd be so old, you don't even want to enjoy that. Like, how could you possibly enjoy that kind of money at that age, right? You just don't have the energy half the time. I get it. Like, yeah, I'd rather have $1 million in my 40s and 50s rather than 60s. I get it. But hey.
And then one more thing here. Yeah, no, I feel you. One more thing here. This is Druckenmiller's 30-year secret to zero losses. He dropped this on Friday. And it's Bitcoin and alts. That's the secret. But right here, we're going to just check out a quick clip of this. And this is the market playbook. Let's check this one out.
By Morgan Stanley's investment officer, Chief Mike Wilson. Morgan Stanley's been doing a great job with their new Bitcoin ETF. And this, he only talks for about a minute and a half or so. But I want to reiterate this. What he is seeing, again, Morgan Stanley, Chief Investment Officer, he's just seeing like, look, everything's repeating, which we've talked about that in the 4-year cycle. There's good times ahead, like we talked about that because of, midterm years. but you got to do things now, which is essentially what Stanley talked about. So again, this is just a reiteration, but take a listen to what Mike says here.
Say that, you know, the markets trade in the future, as we like to say, and, you know, it's hard for me to imagine that 6 months from now, things aren't probably better. Okay, there's always tail risk and things like that. But I mean, markets have a way of looking past the moment. And I think that's what they've been doing now for the last several weeks. We have no idea how this is ultimately going to resolve itself. But I hearken back to 2022 when, you know, Russia invaded Ukraine and oil prices, you know, peaked, and the rate of change on oil is what matters. It's like the rate of change on tariffs last year. So I think the market has discounted a lot of bad news this year, whether it's the private credit concerns, AI disruption on labor markets. And I think there is still one final hurdle we got to get past, which is this transition at the Fed and this pivot, you know, back away from inflation to maybe growth concerns, or at least, you know, being willing to support markets if they need to be.
Before he goes on, isn't it amazing how we start to keep repeating cycles and things? 2022, Russia invaded Ukraine. We had massive oil prices. We had market uncertainty. We had the beginning of the bear market. And then, of course, everything collapsed. Voyager, Celsius, BlockFi, FTX. And now here we go again. 2026, going into Iran. Oil prices are spiking. We are in the midterm year, just like we were 4 years ago. And it just keeps happening again. Anyhow, last minute or so, listen to this.
There are some who would counter and say you need still a much larger move lower in both oil and yields to get, I think, more of a credible, the coast is clear. Do you support that view?
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. But the problem is, by the time it's that definitive, you've probably missed the opportunity. So that's why you got to sort of put yourself into that. And look, we look at a lot of things, Scott, like you do and your viewers do and your other guests. I mean, you have to take into account sentiment, positioning, valuation, and the technicals. And we got to a point in the last couple of weeks where it felt like that was kind of it. And yeah, maybe we might go lower here or there, but you know, the idea of putting capital to work is not to call the exact day, but to call when it's good risk reward.
And I'm calling it. I mean, we're pretty low. Could we go lower? Absolutely. But there's a reason why I keep buying every Monday Bitcoin. I'm also buying Binance, Ethereum, Solana, Tron as far as altcoins because of the payment rails. And I made the mistake last time of not doing that. I'm not going to do that again. I still think that we have a horizon to hit going into 2027, but these are accumulation years. Anyhow, let me know what you think about that in the comment section. And just to finish up, I can't give you too much bullishness without always coming back to a little bit of bearishness. Lastly, Senator Lummis, senator from Wyoming, says, this is our last chance to pass the Clarity Act until at least 2030. We can't afford to surrender America's financial future. People are saying, and if you don't know, Clarity Act is coming through its act, and the big stumbling block is yield on stable coins, which I think is a big deal. But because we are in the midterm year, Democrats do not want to give a win to the current administration. So they want to, well, it's actually the banks. But once we get to midterm years, this is dead. Midterm going into November for the voting session. If we don't pass this now, it won't get passed for quite a long time. Lummis is right. And I don't know if this will actually go through. It would provide clarity. That's what the act is. But if it doesn't, expect a big blow. And even if it does get passed, don't expect everything to just jump off like crazy. It's going to take time. And if we take a look.
So that was just a heads up there, man, on what is going on in the current market. You know, there is so much noise, bro. There's just so much noise. And I just thought that was so valuable. Basically, simple information. We need to get that Clarity Act passed. Like you just said, 2030. Oh, my goodness. But if we get that Clarity Act passed, things are going to go a lot better for crypto a lot quicker. And if we don't get it passed, it's going to be brutal for a little while. But it's still important to remember we're in a 4-year cycle. The benefit of that could be that if it does drop and the negative happens and we don't get the Clarity Act passed, Bitcoin will be on sale again, baby. Let's go.
Yep. And I want to add to that. In the middle of all that noise, you got to keep your poise.
Yes. Absolutely.
Stay the course. Have a plan. Be disciplined. The people that succeed are not the ones that are right or wrong. Of course, you don't succeed if you're wrong, but they're the ones who are disciplined. They stick with their plan. It may not pan out. It doesn't pan out 100% of the time, but a lot of the times, if you stick to a good disciplined strategy, you'll be okay. And you won't think the markets are a scam or crypto, you know? Because even to this day, people still say, the market's a scam. Why did you say that? Bro, I put $100 in and like a week later it was $60. Like, where do they do that at? I said, yeah, that's entirely possible.
All day. Yeah.
That's the stock market. That's why it's a scam. Well, no. I know why you feel like that, but what's really a scam is your greed to get rich with speed. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. Like, the markets are meant to transfer, like Warren Buffett says, it's a device for transferring wealth from the impatient to the patient. That's literally what it is. It's a device to transfer. Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, and that's, man, I'm glad you brought that up. That rolls right into, as we come around the corner here, how we'd like to close our show out. And our guy's got a solid one here. I've pre-watched. And this
you screened it?
Yeah, I did. This one is really good, man. This one talks about playing by the rules. I think probably somebody sent him a message or two about, bro, don't be telling folks to buy Trap House. And so he comes back.
I mean, I that kind of shit might go back to bite you, bro. Like, you don't know who's watching and what for.
But this one is good.
Yeah. Anyways,
this one is good. It's talking about what you got to do to get in the game and be in the game. And so this is right along.
If you want to play the game, you got to abide by it.
Where's my audio? Where'd it go?
In 2024, I gave Uncle Sam with his greedy self $3 million. And he ain't did nothing. He ain't even want to talk about it. He ain't want to negotiate.
1 second. I don't know where that audio went to. Also share audio. Sorry, YouTube.
Well, okay.
Now, the thing about
go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Rules of the game is, watch me here.
What were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say I can hear you. You're good. Mm-hmm.
But can you hear him?
Yeah, I can.
Until you learn the loopholes in the game don't chastise you. So until you learn how to play the game, I'm gonna keep hitting you with these taxes. It's on you if you don't learn the loophole. If you want to play the game, you gotta abide by the rules. In 2024, I gave Uncle Sam with his.
Yeah, man. There you go.
You
Sorry,
ain't get
my audio's tripping, so I can read it, but I can't quite hear it. You know what I mean? So, what did you think about that right there?
Yeah, you just like I said, it's gonna beat you up until you understand how to play the game. Exactly falls in line with what I just said. You know what I'm saying? And, don't get into it if you don't know the rules. Just like any game, you pick up the handbook, right? The playbook. Like you understand what the rules are, and then you start playing. If you don't, you're gonna lose. That's just how it works.
Absolutely. And this one was deep, man, and I wanted to get this one in. I don't know. Oh, there we go. I got it. This one was pretty deep. Wanted to drop this one on us right here.
Get a discount to get here. You pay full price to be exactly where you at right now. You ain't getting on discount. The pain, the hurt, the losses, loss of money, loss of people close to you, loss of friends, loss of people that's still alive. Everybody ain't dead who you lost. There's doubt that come with going after something you ain't never attained before. There's hesitation that come with going after something you ain't never attained before. And there's a process of crushing. It's the process where grapes gotta get crushed before they become wine. Some people only like the finished product. They don't know the process that the grape gotta go through. After it get crushed, they gotta get pressurized. Then they gotta sit. The fine wine ain't the wine you get as soon as it crushed. The fine wine is the wine that sat. The Welch's is the one you get as soon as it crushed. The only way you lose this game is if you die or if you quit. And if you die, it don't merely mean you lost. It just means game over. But if you quit, you gotta feel it forever. And the only thing you get from quitting is a constant reminder that you gave up when shit got hard.
That's deep, man.
100%. So many bail out when times are rough. You're like, oh, I didn't really want to go down this road. Let me backtrack a little bit. Let me get fully out the game. Let me sit my ASS on the corner, on the sidelines, and watch everybody else do it. And that's where haterism comes from. Then you just hate everybody else that's doing it while you just sit back. It's okay if you fail. Try harder.
Absolutely.
I always did.
I love that. The only thing you
And I
get
have
if
to
you
sit out
quit.
for a long time.
Yeah, man. I love that. The only thing you get if you quit is a reminder that you gave up when shit got hard. I love that. That's so powerful, you know. And
that's the thing. Like, a lot of people thought I gave up, bro. Like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was just, to your point,
No,
a lot
ahead,
of people
man.
thought
Absolutely.
I gave up. Yeah, a lot of people thought I gave up. Like, if anybody knows about T-Qron, and you know, I was off of socials for about a good 8 years, bro. I would just pop up sporadically every so often. But I think before April 25th of 2025, which is about a year coming up, because today is what, April 11th. So it's been a year since I resurfaced. Before that, I think prior to that, I might have posted in 2021, 20, I don't know, something like that. And people were like, dude, what happened to this guy? Like, people were even messaging me, you know, throughout that entire period. Are you still alive? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm here. I wasn't repping T-Qron. I wasn't doing, but I was writing. I wasn't in the public eye anymore. That was that process that Wall Street Trapper was just talking about, you know, that process of the grapes getting crushed. I was getting crushed, but then I was rebuilding, and now I look like some fine. Well, I mean, I came up and immersed like some fine wine, or that's what I'm being told. I don't know. You tell me in the comments. Y'all think T-Qron is like aging like fine wine? I know most of the people in my age range aren't.
A lot of folks age like
I don't want no Welches. I don't want the Welches.
Hey, man, look, a lot of people age like milk. You know what I mean? A lot of
Hot as
people
cheese.
age like cheese. Some cheeses,
Hot as cheese.
some age cheese is very good. But regardless of that, I age like honey. I'm always delicious, always sweet. And the older I get, the more value I gather. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Speaking of value, speaking of everything good, tell the people how and where they can find you, T-Qron.
Yes, sir. Hit me on the social media tip. I'm very active on Facebook, the Instagrams. I'm on TikTok. I want to get more active on TikTok. T-Qron is how you find me. Now, with all the moving parts and all the cool things that are happening, the revamp of the website, the official website, t-qron.com is coming. If you want some merch, I've had some people ask me for merch and CDs recently. You can buy it straight from the source. You don't have to worry about going to any third party right now. Of course, everything is being funneled through the business, so which is Chronologic LLC. So it's got to be done the right way. I just, you know, the days of me just, you know, sending out products is kind of over. My team isn't letting me do that anymore. So if you want it, hit me up. T-Qron. That's how you find me. T-Qron808.com. I'm sorry, T-Qron808@gmail.com. You know, for any bookings, anybody that's want to send me some beats or whatever, want me to hop on a track, you know what I'm saying? That's how you find me. How do they find you, Mike?
Oh, man, you already know. At PT Pod Show on your Twitter, on your Instagram, on your YouTube, and on your Rumble, baby. Let's go. Rumble is where we live. It is our well-known private home. Only the realest of the real sign up and follow us there and subscribe. Are you a visionary? Do you have value? Then you know what to do. Let's go. We will see you tomorrow night for the Power Sports Time show. As you know, every weeknight we feature something awesome. Stick around Friday. We're going to be doing the Power Slap watch party. Oh, yeah, that's right. With Mr. Man, we're going to see if we can get T-Qron in on it. We're going to have Enrique from the feed on. Want to send a shout out to all the shows. We love you. We mean it. Want to send a shout out to everybody that supports us, including the talented MFer team. We love you and we mean it, guys. You want to be fresh? You want to be tight? Contact T-Qron. Hats, shirts, music. And if you want to know what's going on or just love your life, you got to subscribe to PT Pod. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll let T-Qron sign up. Oh, are we going to have a T-Qron Tuesday this week?
No, we had one last week. So
Yes.
I went to bi-weekly a couple of months ago. So not this coming Tuesday, but stay tuned for the next one, the following Tuesday after that. That's just, yeah, it'll be worth it. I promise.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
It's
All right.
always
We're trying to
worth it,
pull it
baby.
up now. Hold on. I'm trying to pull it up now.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's what's No, you're
I was
good. You're
slow
good,
on
my man.
it. Also, I realized like there's a picture of my wife on my shorts for some reason. I don't know why that is, but yeah. Not that I have a problem with that. It's just odd. You know what I mean? So try
Hey,
to pull everything up, man. We're producing in real time.
there you go. You know what I'm saying? Real people do real things in real time. That's the real grind.
Oh, here we go. You guys ready?
Oh,
We're
there
gonna
you
end
go.
on this as we should. This is T-Qron
As we
Tuesday
should,
rolling
baby.
out, and we will see you next week for Visionary Value. We'll see you tomorrow night, and we'll see you every day on the socials. We love you. We mean it. Thank you,
Mhm.
chat. Rock.
Yes. Everybody drop some comments in the chat. Share the link so that Mike and I pop up and annoy other people in other people's news feeds, okay?
Let's
And drop
do
some
it.
value on them. I'm just
Yes.
playing with y'all, but you know what I
Let's
mean.
go. Well, we will. But let's go. All right. Thank you guys so much. We are out.
Moms ask me why I'm never right when I'm sober. I tell them, Ma, that's because the nights it got colder. Lot of beef on my plate, the fight's not over. Friends turning into snakes and strike like a cobra. I'm getting older, my heart's getting bolder. Plus I feel the weight of the world upon my shoulders. Tired of people pointing the finger saying I told you. Them local rappers hate me cause I'm fucking with them soldiers. They don't understand me, I'm just in it for the cash flow. Because I'm Pakistani, why you calling me an asshole? I never did a thing that anybody they ain't asked for. YouTube videos about me and I just laugh, bro. 40 grand in the hole. Fame has a price tag. I gotta face myself in the mirror and I don't like that. At times I'm so sick of it that I don't even like rap. Y'all can have it all. I'm just praying for my life. When I pray, I say, oh, will you please come take me? Baby, right before my wake, I have faith in you. Oh, will you please come take me? Even though it's not my time, just be kind to me. Oh, will you please come take me? Feel like I done lost my mind, I'd be fine. Just, oh, will you please come take me?